All right.
Hey, welcome everybody to Two Guys and a Mic on this divisional playoff Sunday, where the Browns squandered another opportunity to get ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's all good. We're gonna break that whole thing down, but just introducing myself. I'm RP, one of your hosts.
And I'm your other host, Big Sean. How's everybody doing this evening?
Hope everybody's doing well, but I also hope everybody's either prepared with earmuffs or prepared with some level of, God dang, these dudes are tripping. I hope y'all ready because I am fired up. I am fired up. I'm ready to go. As you see, this is my public enemy number one right behind me right now. Just in case you can't see. I'm going to get the hell out the way. Just in case you can't see. There he is. That's your public enemy number one, Kevin Stefanski. That's my guy. That's who I'm going after today. It's Kevin goddamn Stefanski. That's why we lost the game today. It's because of Kevin Stefanski's inability to just run the goddamn football.
Let's see now. We already disagree already.
Let's just relax. Let's all relax. And let's get into this game because I'm not playing no games today. I'm not playing games.
First of all, I'm about to call your wife to make sure that y'all got a defibrillator handy in the house. Because you're about to have a coronary.
I'm not playing games.
So somebody need to have we need to have 911 ready just in case this dude passes out.
I'm not playing no games today, man. I'm not playing no games today. We lost because of Kevin Stefanski today. And listen,
let's go ahead go ahead.
Because Sean texted me during the game. We were texting back and forth. And Sean is correct too. There were some things that guys didn't do in terms of execution. And we'll get into that as the game goes on. So, or should I say as the podcast goes on, not the game. But there were guys that didn't do what they should have done in the process of those certain plays that this guy called. But the fact that you decided that we didn't need to run the ball against a team that can't stop the run is absolutely ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, bro.
Now I'm more upset at the defensive scheme and the defense.
Bro, we ain't
more so than the play calling. Like
I agree. Now, when I said that in our text, I don't disagree with you on that. I do not disagree with you on that at all. So let's get into the game a little bit. So let's get into the game because we definitely have some things to discuss. And this is it for the Browns. So, the bulk of our takes, which have a lot of people showing up for our podcast, now guys are like, why do we need to even listen to these guys? But let us be clear. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about plenty of stuff, and we are spot on about a lot of things. So as we get into this Browns thing, we've been spot on about a few number of things. I've been very simple, and I've been very, if you listen to my keys to every game, I say two things consistently. Run the goddamn ball, number one. And if you want to pass the ball, we need to run short passes and screens. I've said that all season long. This isn't new. So today, I'll be honest with you. I saw a lot of screenplays that were called. I'll tell you what, that first screenplay that I saw thrown to Njoku, incredible. That was a great freaking play. That was a great freaking play call because nobody expected to see that. You know why they didn't expect to see it? Because Njoku was on the field, and y'all don't throw the ball to Njoku that much.
Right.
That's your fault. That's the Browns' fault. Because, we continue to see when we were on defense, them throw balls to guys that they throw balls to. They ran the same play about 13 times, and we were nowhere near covering up on that. I watched Tyreek Hill run past linebacker, safety at least 10 times. Nobody covered.
But we said that was going to happen.
And we come on, bro.
In our pregame analysis, we said be prepared because it's going to look ugly at times. Because the way that Joe Woods was going to scheme the game, KC was going to pretty much be going up and down the field like a damn hockey team.
Didn't we say that?
Which is pretty much what they was doing. Exactly.
Didn't we say that? And then look, it makes me mad though because we don't get no paycheck for this.
Right.
Like we just
don't get no
paycheck,
no consulting fees, nothing. No sweet potato pie.
What we've seen all season long. We're not telling you guys something like super special and we're making some. No, this is simple. Sean, I believe, truthfully, and Sean's gonna laugh at this. Truthfully, I think Sean and I watch more film than the Browns defense does. I think we do because we know what these guys are getting ready to do every week. Every single week, Sean and I show up with exactly what the other team is going to do. And guess what the other team does? Exactly what we think they're going to do. Whether it's successful or not, that's what they go into. Am I lying, sir? No,
you're not lying at all.
God damn.
And we also say every time that we decide to bring a blitz or put some pressure on them, something good happens most of the time.
Good. So guess what happened? Guess what happened on the one time that they brought a safety blitz when Ronnie Harrison came in, and I'm not saying this is good, quote unquote, but guess what happened when they brought that blitz? He hurt his toe. Then they didn't bring a blitz. They didn't bring a blitz again until they brought a blitz again, and he ended up, Matt Wilson finally made a play and laid his ass out, and then he was out of the game. But you know how many plays that they got first downs and touchdowns and easy play? There was so many other plays in between those two plays.
Well, they play that soft.
Joe Woods feels like he's handcuffed because he doesn't have guys with instinct. He doesn't have guys with IQs. And he just feels like I'll be honest with you. And I said this in one of my Facebook posts. I felt like when my kid used to play basketball, and I'm a basketball player, and my family, I'm from a family of basketball players. So when I watch guys play basketball, I'm always like, yo, did you see that? You gotta look at that. Because I have a basketball IQ. My IQ is so high. Not just my regular IQ, my basketball IQ is high. So even though I'm playing a 2-3, I'm just going to play this kind of a defense because I know what he's getting ready to do, right? There's no one on that defense short of Myles Garrett that has a football IQ. There's no one. They all go to where they're supposed to go, including Denzel Ward. I'm just going to go where I'm supposed to go. And if this guy beats me, he beat me, but that ain't where I was supposed to be.
Right. Like they don't play with any instinct.
It's no instinct.
They just play whatever play is called. Bro. They just play it exactly how it's
man, there's no instinct.
It doesn't matter if it's a guy running wide open right in front of you.
They're just playing their position. This is where I'm supposed to be, so who was supposed to be over there?
Right.
You don't even hedge that way. Like hedge a little bit just to like play like I'm getting ready to go over there. And now he said, oh, he gonna play that. And then, like there's no extra thought into it. They just
right. Well, you know what, Ron, let's go ahead and at least let's kind of people, if anybody just so happens to not have seen the game, and I'm pretty sure everybody did, but just kind of like give them kind of a synopsis of what happened. So kind of like in the first quarter, Chiefs get the ball. I mean, they literally like go right down the field. Like there's no resistance
There was no
whatsoever.
resistance. We were 6 or 7, 8 yards off of every freaking receiver.
Right.
Like we were afraid of them.
Right.
So
it kind of reminded me of the Ohio State Alabama game.
State, yeah.
It reminded me the exact same thing.
And listen, Denzel looked
thing.
just like Sean Wade.
Right,
Denzel
slipping
looked
and
just like
falling
Sean Wade today.
running the wrong way and everything.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
here's the thing. The thing that upset me is that my philosophy, and I got the nerve to say my philosophy like I'm a football coach, like I've been doing X's and O's for years. But my philosophy is if you have a deficient defense.
Oh, they threw a flag.
What happened?
They just turned the Saints just returned the touchdown on the punt, but I just saw the flag come out. So it's coming back.
Okay.
It's coming back.
But my thing is, if you're deficient on defense, a lot of defensive coordinators play soft. Like, well, we're going to make them go underneath.
Right.
We scared to get beat.
Right.
And my thing is, when you're that bad, when you're as bad as the Browns on defense, if you're going to die slow, you're going to die quick. So my thing is, if you're going to die, at least die going out, taking out somebody else with you. That's my whole thing.
And listen, die on your feet, not on your knees, man.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, okay, I'm not saying blitz every down, but do something. Like, here's what KC was doing. KC really defense is not all that great, right?
They're not.
But you know what KC's defense
and they're
was
awful
doing?
against the run, by the way. So,
right.
so y'all, so who haven't been listening, just wait, because they're awful against the run, and we're really good in the run. So go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry. I just wanted to sorry. As I move forward, I wanted to position that.
Right, but you know what KC was doing? KC was being very aggressive on defense. It was bringing guys in the box, showing different looks, exotic looks, and not just playing a base, 4-3-3-4 look, giving you a vanilla look. And we didn't do that. I was like, you can't just you can't play scared against a team like that. You let these guys just run free. That's my issue with Joe Woods, and they definitely need to address that in the offseason. It's like, hey, we understand you're a handicap with your personnel, but we got to have some type of philosophy change going into next season. So basically, the game almost got out of hand.
Very early.
In the first quarter.
Very early.
We ended up going down. Now, luckily, we made a few stops, so it was 10-0 early.
It was 10-3,
and then we got a field goal.
It was
10-0. And then we got a 10. We got a field goal.
Yeah, we got that little punk ass.
As a matter of fact, you know what it was? KC missed an extra point on their first touchdown.
Yep.
So actually, it was 6-3. It was 6-3. We go down and get the field goal.
Yep.
It was 6-3. Then they went up 13-3.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. So
that's what happened. Okay.
We put ourselves in a spot that you couldn't be in versus a team like this. A team that, offensively is equipped to just put points up. Now, let's be completely and totally honest. As bad as our offense, as bad as our defense played, the defense actually kept us in the game. So if people watched my halftime assessment, as mad as I was, what's the first thing I said? We still have a shot. We are. And I
posted the same thing on Facebook. We were down 19-3 at half.
Yeah,
and I said all things
actually still in this game. And
right,
I'm getting heat because I criticize Hollywood for fumbling at the goal line, basically.
And he should have been.
And guys are hitting me like, man, he got speared. He got this. Man, football has been played the same way. Football has been played the same way for the last 55 years. I don't want to hear that shit. You got to hold on to that rock, man. Hold on to the ball. You stretched it out there, so hold on to the rock.
Exactly.
And that's just it. Hollywood Higgins, you cost us 6 points. Game, set, match. That's it. I'm not coddling nobody. I don't coddle my kids.
You're coddling that either. Like, because either way, whether you get speared, whether you just get hit, you're still getting hit.
You gotta hold
on to the damn football.
If you go,
it's the first time a player ain't got speared.
If you go, it's nowhere near the first time a guy got speared. Thank you, Sean. And that's all I kept saying. You playing on the offense. This man's job what's his name, Sorensen, his job is to separate you from that ball and keep.
And here's what's ironic: when Nick Sorensen played for us,
when he
ain't
played
never hit
for us, he
nobody
was
like
awful.
that. Exactly.
He was awful. I've never seen Nick Sorensen make that play for us. He was always out of position. But that's what happens when y'all play a certain kind of way. Y'all do exactly what they thought y'all was going to do. And you know why you do the exact same thing that people think you're going to do? When you play analytically instead of playing instinctively. And this is why this dum-dum is behind me. I put this loss on this dum-dum. I need this dum-dum in his damn basement every week and have Alex Van Pelt call the plays. Because this dum-dum don't have an idea of how to call a play every single down, depending on what's happening in the game. Kevin Stefanski does not know how to call plays, and I don't want him calling plays. I'm telling you that as a Browns fan.
Now, my opinion on
I'm telling you, listen, before you cut me off real quick, I'm telling you the guy's honest truth. This dude can't call plays, man. He can't. Not in the big game. Not in the big game.
I don't agree with that. Now, I agree
no,
that.
No, he can't. Tell me he can't. Tell me a big ass game he called a good ass game. He hasn't.
Let me make my point first. Let me make my point. Now, what I'm saying is we should have ran more in the first half.
Man, we should have ran more, period. Not just the first half.
In the second half, we did. In the second half, we did run more. Now, what I'm saying is,
that's his fault that he didn't run more in the first half.
Oh no! Listen, let me finish before you keep going off on a tangent.
Okay.
Now,
go ahead. I'll tuck my tangent in.
No, what I'm saying is, I think he, like we talked about this before when we were texting. We should have run more, but we also said in our pregame analysis on Wednesday was that when you're playing a team as a high caliber as Kansas City, you can't leave plays on the field. And to me, in the first half, that was our biggest issue. The Higgins fumble and Nick Chubb dropped 2 screen passes in a row.
Hold up. I agree with that. So tell me, those are the only 3 plays that you saw as the things that we left on the field?
No, I'm saying those were the 2 biggest because those were probably 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think Nick would have scored a touchdown. If Nick would have caught that,
it's one thing. It's one thing, right? It's one thing if you're calling plays and they're not there. So let's say we call them pass.
No.
And then they're not there.
I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, like I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just giving you what I saw.
No, I agree. That
like our biggest issue. So
that second pass, I don't know about the first pass, but that second pass to Nick Chubb, that's a touchdown.
It was a convoy in front of him.
That's a touchdown, and he dropped it. So I give him that drop. I absolutely agree with you. He dropped that ball, and now you have to make another call after that. So that's a good call. However, you haven't given him enough touches because Nick isn't Kareem Hunt. Kareem is an all-purpose back. Nick Chubb is a running back. So
I still ain't excusing him from dropping them damn passes.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not giving that dude no pass. I'm not giving him no pass on that drop. He shouldn't have dropped that goddamn pass. He shouldn't have dropped that pass. And I'm the biggest Nick Chubb fan on this earth. He shouldn't have dropped that pass, and he dropped that pass. However, don't even put your guy in that spot. Like, to me, analytics means putting your better equipped guys.
But he put him in a good spot. The play was wide open. He just dropped it.
Listen.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like whatever you call.
Now listen.
The player still got to execute it.
Now listen.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm not arguing with you, bro. I'm not arguing with you on that. You cutting me off right now because I'm trying to make an actual point, and you cut me off But I get it. No, you cut me off. But I mean,
go ahead.
Because I'm saying the same thing too. I get it. I get it. Because it is a play that this dude could have made. I'm not giving. Listen, I want everybody to understand this. I'm not giving Nick Chubb no pass. This dude. Here's the even crazier part. All of the arguments that we're making, you know who we're not bringing up? Baker Mayfield. You know why? Baker Mayfield was on point today. Baker Mayfield was killing it today. This ain't Baker Mayfield's fault. He didn't throw y'all no bad passes. Everybody who dropped passes today, they just dropped passes. They just dropped passes. Hooper, again, dropped a pass. And freaking
he dropped a pass every damn week.
Yeah, he at least drops 2 or 3 passes. So you gave him money, but he drops passes every week. Hunt generally catches every pass that's thrown to him. Generally. And Chubb, who doesn't get a lot of passes, was a pretty good pass catcher. These dudes didn't call an awful game. It wasn't an awful game, and this is what I'm trying to say. I'm mad at them not running enough. You still got to run. This is a team that doesn't play well against the run. Why are you passing 37 times and you only run 18 times? That's just goddamn stupid. That's just stupid. That ain't even, I'm trying to look for a concept or a reason why we lost. That's just dumb. And your setup. Kevin Stefanski, that's dumb. You got guys that can average 5.5 yards a carry, and you just decided you're not going to run. That's dumb. This loss is on Kevin Stefanski being on the sideline. Maybe we should have just said,
I don't blame the whole game. I don't blame the whole game on.
Listen, bro. Whether I blame him for the whole game or not, he gets fought for this. I'm not saying it's his whole fault.
Man, I'm laying more on the damn deep. Like these, I was about to curse. These fools.
But come on, bro.
These fools, man, look.
No. You know what I'm not finna let you do?
What?
Hey, I'm glad you said that. Here's what I'm not finna let you do.
What?
I'm not finna let you blame it on the defense one. The defense is always suck.
Yes,
I am.
The
defense always suck.
No, I am blaming because you know why I'm blaming the defense?
No,
I don't care. No.
Ain't that what
you get to blame the coach. I get to blame the coach. You gonna tell me who I get to blame?
Why you
gonna blame the coach?
Why you gonna blame the defense when the defense is always suck?
I'm blaming because all you had to do was make a tackle on Chad Henne, and you can't do that.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. You listen.
I can see if it was Mahomes.
I'm not dismissing what you're talking about, but bro, you coming on a whole. Come on. You brought.
No, I'm not. It's 3rd and 14. You are professional. You are professional athletes. That is a fourth-rate quarterback.
Did you hear anything that I said earlier? What I said earlier is, I understand, but you gotta make certain plays. It's Chad fucking Henne. You got to play the run.
Quarterback. You need one play.
But we don't have a guy to make one play.
Come on, man. 3rd and 14.
We don't have that guy, bro, and we don't have that
3rd and 14. So you mean to tell me? That nobody on that defense can stop him from running 15 yards?
Have we ever done that?
Yes, sometimes.
When?
Sometimes they've made plays at times.
When? We have
in Pittsburgh last week.
Here's why we haven't made it. And I agree with you.
Now, come on.
Now, here's what I'm getting ready to say. Listen to me. Listen, bro.
That's Chad Henne.
Stop fighting me.
You fighting me. I'm just saying.
I'm not fighting you.
I'm not about to let that go. You can't make one play?
Listen to me. Bro, I'm not arguing with you.
Yes, you are.
I agree with what you're saying. I'm just not letting guys off the hook. I'm not letting nobody off the hook. You're trying to say it was this guy's fault and that guy's fault. I'm not letting nobody off the hook.
You putting the whole onus on the coach, on the head coach.
God damn it, is he the head coach or is he like a goddamn towel handler?
Well, I'm saying it's multiple people at fault. Look, if Chad Henne comes in that game,
man.
If Chad Henne come in that game,
it's this nigga's fault.
You supposed to call. Did he call the defensive plays?
It's that nigga's fault.
He don't call the defensive plays.
It's that nigga's fault.
Does he call the defensive plays?
It's that nigga's fault, bro.
No, it's not all his fault.
It's Kevin Stefanski's fault because we didn't lose.
He's at fault.
You know why we lost? We lost because of offense. We lost this goddamn game because of offense. Well, the offense didn't do what the offense should have done, and that's what we
because he called the good plays he did call. They didn't execute it.
That nigga didn't listen. It was Kevin Stefanski.
Did Kevin Stefanski fumble the ball on the goal line?
It was Kevin Stefanski's fault.
Did Kevin Stefanski fumble the ball on the goal line?
It should have been a run.
So you just going to excuse the defense.
How about
let the fourth-rate quarterback
it should have been a run.
Close the game out.
It was Kevin Stefanski's fault. Period.
So you going to let the defense off the hook for fourth-rate quarterback
off the hook,
closing the game out.
I'm not letting
Come on, Ryan. Come on. You really it's Chad Henne on 3rd and 14. And he's scrambling. You can't stop him. You can't stop him from getting 15 yards.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When have I ever let the defense off the hook? When?
You're doing it now.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
All I'm saying is that the blame needs to be passed. I'm not going to say it's 100% Stefanski and his play calling. Not 100.
Stefanski's game. Kevin Stefanski lost this game. And here's why I continue to say that. He did not call the offensive game that he should have called. Period.
And maybe he didn't all the way through the game.
This dumb decided to throw more than he passed. I mean, excuse me.
We have a chance to win this game.
More than he ran. He's the dumb.
And I hate doing it.
What did I say? What did I say in my goddamn?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna ask this question.
No. You're not finna do that to me. Listen, what did I say on Wednesday or on our midweek show? What did I say? We need to run the ball to keep this dude off the field. What did we not do? We did not run the ball. And we were still averaging 5.5 yards to carry.
I get that.
Come on, bro.
I understand that, but why? But how are you
dumb-dumb's fault?
But how are you okay with letting?
I'm not okay with nothing. We lost. I'm not okay with nothing.
I understand that, but I'm not going to put the 100% on him. That's a team loss.
That's
a team loss. For one thing, that defense.
You the head coach. That's your fault. You the head coach.
It's not always just the head coach's fault. All he can do is call the play. Players still got to execute.
It's on you. Hey, I'm gonna move out the way. You know who I blame for this? Let me move out the way. That's who I blame.
You know what? He didn't fumble the ball on the goal line.
I blame him.
If he didn't fumble that ball on the goal line, we didn't even have this conversation.
I blame him for this. This is him.
He didn't fumble the ball on the goal line. We ain't having this conversation.
What's happening? Yeah, I'm recording. Thanks. I'm recording. You can't be bothering me while I'm recording. This is on Kevin Stefanski.
So are you ready to fire the coach?
Stefanski. I'm not letting that off. You won't get me to let that off. This is Kevin Stefanski's loss.
You ready to fire the coach?
You showed your dumb ass up, and your dumb ass decided you wanted to throw more than you wanted to pass when the run is what we do the best. You are a dumb, Kevin Stefanski.
We could have ran the ball
on your dumb ass.
We could have ran the ball 10 more times in the first half and still would have fumbled that ball on the goal line. It would have made a lick of difference.
You don't know. You don't know that because he ain't run. He ain't running.
Well, what I do know is that he fumbled on the goal line and caused the damn touchdown.
So had we run the ball more, we might have found
what I know.
We didn't find that out.
Time to make a play on 3rd and 14. We let a fourth-rate quarterback.
So we passed for it, and that's what we ended up getting. And we ended up losing because the coach decided that we wanted to pass more. And that's on him. You can't not put that at his feet. That's
I
on
put
the
that
coach.
part on his feet, but I also put lay blame
That's on the coach.
on that damn defense. So
it's on the coach. And listen, and the defense stink too. But haven't we talked about this before? Haven't you said
all
this
I'm
before?
saying is when you have
this defense is
when
always
it's time to make a play.
This defense has always sucked.
When it's time to make a play, it's third, but it's Chad freaking Henne. If it was Mahomes that did it, I'm like, all right.
This defense has always sucked.
That's Mahomes, but it's Chad Henne.
I put this on the coach, and I put this on the coach for the defense.
You cannot let Chad Henne run for 14 yards on that play. You just can't.
But that's on the defense, and that's on the coaching. That's coaching. I don't know that these guys watch any level of film. These guys are awful. The defense is awful. But this ain't new. We've said that all week. We said that all year. We've said that every week. We've said that every opportunity we've gotten.
Yes, that is correct.
This defense is awful.
But
we've always said that.
I don't care how bad it is. You cannot let, when it's 3rd and 14 and the game is on the line.
I don't. Listen, bro.
You can't let that shit happen.
You mad at me. I'm not mad at you. We're not arguing with each other.
I'm not mad at you about that.
Them niggas are awful.
The thing I'm mad at is that you're not letting me have my moment. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, have your moment, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Your moment is with Stefanski and his play calling.
Go ahead, have your moment, bro. I ain't saying shit. I haven't said shit.
Yes, you are. Like my moment is with that damn play to a 4th-rate quarter. I don't care. You are professional athletes. You could not let that happen. Period.
I don't disagree with that.
Like I said, even if Pat Mahomes was out there, you still can't let that happen. But if he does it, he's a Super Bowl MVP.
Here's where my frustration with what you're saying is at. If that particular play is your issue, you missed the regular part of the game. There's so many things that happened in the regular part of the game that we could have won. I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Like fumbling the damn ball on the goal line, which is what I've been saying. All I'm saying,
here's my point. That ball at the goal line. You cannot. You can't.
That's all I'm saying. My point is this. Yes.
You cannot fumble that goddamn ball at the goal line.
Let me make this point. All I'm saying is we both agree that we should have ran the ball more, right? We both agree with that. But my whole point, though, is whatever he calls, if the play is there and it's open, especially like against a team like Kansas City, you got to execute it, period. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not against that.
Right.
I'm not against that.
And that's all I'm saying, man. Like
I'm not against that. But
to me, even though he didn't call the game that we thought would have put him in a more successful position.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm giving it. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is even though we said he could have called a better game, when the plays that are there and you don't execute them, that magnifies everything else. Like so if Chubb gets that touchdown on the screenplay, and I hate doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda thing, but let's say he gets that touchdown on the screen and Rashard Higgins don't fumble on the goal line, then the whole complexion of the game is different. You see, that's all I'm saying,
bro. Let's talk about what actually happened. We can't talk about what did.
But that's what we're doing because you're saying if we would call more runs, it would have been a different outcome.
All I'm saying is if you run them, listen, this is a team all season long, and we talked about this during the midweek show. This is a team that has not been able to stop the run. Why would you only run 5 times in the first half? There was no reason for you to not, like, we weren't down. And if you thought you were going to be down, why would you give him the goddamn ball? That's just dumb. That's on this goofball behind me.
Did we or did we not still have a chance to win this damn ball?
We had a good chance to win this game. What I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying, bro.
I'm listening to what I understand what you're saying.
But
my thing is, but you leaving plays on the field.
You can't leave.
So what I'm saying is, no matter what the man calls, if the play is open,
we can't leave plays on the field.
Execute it. Period.
I told you that. We can't leave plays on the field. We ain't that good that we could just leave plays on the field. Haven't I said that all year?
That's all, man. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not going to sit here and say.
I never argue with you on that, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and say the whole thing is on him. Like he called the worst game in the world, and didn't put us in no position to succeed.
Is that what I said?
Basically, if you put it all on him.
Now listen to what I'm saying. Now I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you put that off to as a caveat. I'm glad you said that, because that's not what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. He did not put us in the best position to win. And I've said that all year long. Now, let's say we got that, those couple of 2-3 catches that we should have had. Because we should have had at least maybe 4 catches that ended up as drops. We could have possibly have 3 or 4 catches that were drops, that were catches. One of those catches, I think, would have been a touchdown. So it wasn't that it was the worst call ever. However, you still only ran 5-6 times, and one of them was by your quarterback.
Right.
Hand the goddamn ball off, because this team can't stop the run. It's not rocket science.
Okay, and that's fine.
We lost this goddamn game today because of this goofball behind me.
I'm not gonna put it all on him for losing the game.
That's
one for if you can't tackle damn Chad Henne on 3rd and down 14.
And then you can't tackle. But you know what? Here it is. Here it is, bro. You can't tackle Chad Henne. That's a problem for me too. I'm gonna give you that. You're not gonna get no argument out of me on that. But when you can't do the simple stuff, whether it's tackling Chad Henne, whether it's stopping Tyreek Hill Tyreek Hill didn't have nobody near him. He did one of these things. And Kevin Johnson was like, oh, he did a move, and it allowed him to get a first down. Bro, it's so many of those simple plays that allowed them to get a lead. It still equals bad coaching.
All right, you know what? Okay. All right.
And then some of that also equals not just bad coaching, but bad technique. Like, we have to develop the guys. I understand that these guys aren't that great. I get it. These guys aren't that great. We got guys that are awful. We have awful. I said this in one of my Facebook posts. When I watch these guys play defense, it looks like my 10-year-olds playing defense. They just follow the guy that they're supposed to follow, but they don't have any instinct. They just, I'm supposed to follow him. I'm going to chase him. I'm just going to go this way. There's no instinct. They're just following this guy because.
Right.
It's awful, bro. It's awful to watch.
Well, look. So we can sit here and go.
But the coach doesn't fix this. This is the coach. This is on the coach.
Look, now we can go back and forth about who was to blame, but at the end of the day, we lost, right? So we lose 20-17. We're out the playoffs. Had a good season. 11-5. I'm proud of my team.
But you ain't finna get me to say, listen, you ain't finna get me to be like, oh, yeah, we good. No, we not good. We got to fix this.
I wasn't even about to say that. So you go, jumping to conclusion.
We need to fix this.
I wasn't even about to say that. So
I ain't saying this as what you get ready to say. I just said I ain't going to say that. I just said I'm not about to say that. We need to fix it.
So here's what I was leading into.
I hate Sean. This is why me and Sean don't get along.
We get along just fine.
Because Sean always want to shut me up, and I always want to shut Sean up.
Because you be jumping to damn conclusions. Like, you just jumped ahead, like, all up in my head trying to say what I was going to say. That's not what I was leading into. See, America, this is what happens when the Browns lose. This is what happens. Like we get totally invested.
So frustrated. We get so frustrated, bro.
We went all in. The game was in our hands. Chad Henne comes in, and we still lose, and that's what happens. So pretty much this same argument is probably going on in multiple households in Northeast Ohio. And
we're at least allowing ourselves to have this argument. And
right,
Sean, and listen, there's a lot of people. My wife says this. My wife says this all the time. I'm a bully. She says I'm a bully. Sean's the only cat that probably doesn't think that I'm a bully, because Sean be like, "Shut up! That ain't what I'm talking about." Like Sean don't see me that way. Sean be like, "Man, I ain't scared of him."
Oh man, because I know you. I know when you get to going and you get passionate, and you just started trying to like just Debo your way through the conversation. But it's all good.
Listen, and what has happened? What has happened this whole time? I'm like, nope, that ain't what I'm saying. You be like, no, you gotta let me talk. I'm like, all right, man, all right, and I'll back off because right. Sean don't relent. Because I'll give you that. Sean does know me. Sean knows me enough to know when I might be out of pocket, or at least out of pocket enough that he can't get his point across. And I think he knew when he saw Kevin Stefanski behind me.
No, I knew when soon the game was over, he was like, let's go ahead and do this show. I was like, yeah, because normally it takes about 2 or 3 hours after the game before we actually do it. And he's like, you ready to go right now? I was like, he ready. I already knew what was about to come out your mouth. Now, hold on. Now, what I was leading into, I was just saying, now that the Browns lost, it's like, where do we go from here? So, and what do we need? Yeah, what are the key areas we need to focus on?
So that was my next question. I'm glad you said that. Like, what do you think as we, okay, so we lost in the divisional round. But we actually, let's look at the score. Let's look at the game. Let's look at where we actually came out of, what we came out of. We only lost. Had we scored another touchdown, we would have won the game. So we're really right there with the best of the best, kind of. How do we move forward? Like, according to Sean, how do we move forward according to Sean?
I just think you pinpoint, the weaknesses, which we know is on defense. Like, I think you got to get another pass rusher. And we got to get some playmakers on at line. Really, just to make it even simpler, you need some playmakers on defense. Like I said, like KC, as weak as their defense is, they have a honey badger. They have some guys.
Yep. I thought we needed to get the honey badger back in the day.
Right.
Like, I just feel like
we don't have guys like that. Now, maybe once Grant Delpit gets back, maybe once Greedy Williams, if he can stay healthy.
Is Greedy going to ever play again, ever?
Right, exactly. That dude would disappear off the face of the earth. And we need somebody opposite, Myles Garrett that can take some pressure off him and to free him up a little bit. So
because the only monster that we have defensively is
right. And Denzel, in fairness to Denzel is fine. You know what I'm saying? But you back there playing.
Listen, I wouldn't call
Denzel with a bunch of substitute teachers.
I just wouldn't call Denzel a monster. I think Denzel is a good player. I wouldn't call him a monster. We only got one monster on defense.
Right.
But that's one of the reasons why I thought we needed to get another. Like, people thought I was why do you think we need another edge rusher? I'm like, shit, if you have another monster, because I wanted Nick Chubb's cousin, Bradley Chubb, that's in Denver right now. That's who I wanted when we ended up with Nick Chubb. Now, I'm not upset that we got Nick Chubb. I'm glad that there was somebody else who had foresight to get this guy. But getting a Bradley Chubb, a guy that could get somebody else that you got to double team. Like the only person that's on our defense that you got to double team is 9-5.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
here's something else too. In the history of football, the greatest pass rushers weren't always the only pass rusher on their team.
No, hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like Reggie White was great because Reggie White is great, but you know what? What helped him? You have a Jerome Brown. You have Seth Joyner.
None of those guys were by themselves. It always made sense to put these guys together.
But
so that you gotta pay attention to Seth coming from the linebacker spot and blah 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 blah. Jerome Brown coming from the edge, and now you got Reggie coming from the edge.
Yeah, Mike Pitts taking up blockers. You had Mike Golick taking up blockers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even with the Vikings with John Randall had Chris Dolman out there. And some other people. So all the greatest pass rushers in history, Warren Sapp had Derek Brooks, Booger McFarland. Who else he had out there? And a bunch of he had somebody on his side.
To kind of offset, which is why I won it. And people thought I was crazy. I'm like, nah, bring in Bradley Chubb. I think Bradley Chubb would be.
Well, you know why I thought you were crazy? That's what happens when you don't have any good players on your team for years. So when you get a beat like Myles Garrett, they're like, oh, Myles, he's like they don't understand football. Like, no, you just can't have Myles Garrett just out there by himself. And that shows you the greatness of Myles Garrett.
Hold up, bro. What did you just say? You don't understand what?
Football.
You don't understand
football.
And this is what I continue to tell people, because people come to me and they talk to me and I get text messages and emails and all that stuff. And people be like, I don't understand what you're talking about. But a lot of it ends up being what you just said. You just don't see what I see because I understand football. It's football. And one of the things, here's one of the reasons why, because I could do this show by myself. I could easily do this show by myself. And to be honest with you, Sean could do this show by himself.
But the difference is your solo show would suck and mine would be world class. That's the difference between the two. No, but you know what though, man? We need this dynamic. You know what I'm saying? We need it.
Maybe it will happen the way that Sean just said. Maybe. Here's what I think.
Oh, that was a nice pick.
Nobody was. He almost scored
a touchdown.
And did he score?
Did he get in?
Did he get in? Good push off. Good push off. That was a great push off.
That was a touchdown.
And let's see. That's a tug. Yeah, that's a tug. Oh, he stepped out.
Oh, did he? Okay. Your TV's a little bit ahead of mine. Oh, he did. That was interference and everything. He pushed him and stiff-armed him, face mask.
Yeah. He got the face mask and everything, but he did step out.
Oh, he did step out, yeah.
But Sean has a point. One of the great things that, and this is why I don't do the show myself. I could have people that just watch my show and y'all just listen to, touchdown. And y'all can just listen to me, and y'all can just love me, and y'all can just. But I never wanted that kind of a show. I always wanted a show that gave me, that forced me to listen to somebody else. I always wanted something that made me not be, like I had to show up today to be perfect because who else was on the other side of this? You know, one of the things that I don't think that when you have those shows, when you have Shannon and his counterpart, and then you have Stephen A. and his counterpart, one of the things that I don't think exists is people being even on both sides. That's what I want. I want it even on both sides. Sean knows as much about all this stuff as I do. So I could come to Sean a certain kind of way. But you know what, Sean? Look, y'all just saw Sean say to me, nah, B, you got to be quiet and let me talk. But it ain't many people who would say that to me. There's a lot of people that look at me and be like, I'm going to let him talk. Sean don't care that I've done this or that I have this opinion, because me and Sean been friends for forever. We've always shut each other up. Sean and I have shut each other up so many times, it's ridiculous.
And we've always had, look, and he's not lying, man. We've had heated debates about different stuff, literally going back to childhood. And one thing about Ron, because I know him, Ron will always, when he's passionate about something, he's gonna go. Sometimes he'll fly off the handle, and I know that. And sometimes I have to bring him back down. Sometimes, because I know. But this is because we care about our football team. All we want, as far as sports wise, is to get the Browns to win a damn Super Bowl. Not 5, not 6, 1 right now. A Super Bowl.
A.
And so at the end of the day, you know, the reason why, you know, we're hard on them at times is because we know what they're capable of. Especially now, man, we've come a long way.
We're ready.
We see what the potential is. And when you have certain plays that you don't execute or don't call, you know, it makes us back to like, man, like it's right there. And we can see it. We know y'all can see it because y'all on the team. But y'all can see it. And I'm not saying this to be arrogant, like we know everything, because we don't know everything.
Nope,
not at all.
Nope.
You know, I mean, Kevin Stefanski has probably forgotten more football than we'll ever know. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to simple principles, and we just want them to do that, man. We don't have much time, especially with stuff going on right now. Who knows how much time we got left on this rock floating around the sun?
But listen,
you know what I'm saying? And I need the damn championship before they blow this thing up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Before I die, or before they decide to press that button and blow everything up, I need a damn championship.
This is why I got my guy in here with me. This is why. There ain't many people who could have really executed what he just executed right now. Sean, like we can end this show right now. We can end this show right now. The way that Sean just executed this whole situation, that's what it's all about. We grew up doing this. We've seen this. We could tell y'all what our thoughts are. But the truth is, at the end of the goddamn day, I couldn't care what y'all think. Can we win a goddamn Super Bowl?
Right, because probably what's going to happen is now that we out of it, probably going to watch Buffalo go and lose another one.
Yeah, they're going to lose. Listen, Buffalo going to win that game for no fucking reason, and we could have beat Buffalo.
Right.
And that's what I kept in my head. I kept saying, man, if we beat these dudes, we can beat Buffalo. Like, I saw the setup for us to beat Buffalo, because Buffalo don't play well against the run either. The problem that I have is this goofball behind me didn't understand that we just need to outrun everybody and we get to where we need to get. That's my only issue. Bro, that is my only issue. I like Kevin Stefanski. I like what he brought to our organization. I'm not finna stand here and take nothing away from this dude when it comes to what we already know. We've been here since forever, and we've seen the transition from the old team to the new team. We saw the new team come in 1999. Into 2000, we saw the new building come in, et cetera, et cetera. We saw Tim Couch. We saw Kelly Holcomb.
Oh, no, I want to go down that list.
We went to the playoffs. We've seen Braylon Edwards. We've seen K2. We've seen Joe Jurevicius. We've seen so many guys come into this organization that we could have been successful. And we've also watched coaches squander that shit.
Right.
I'm only saying what I'm saying right now because I watched a coach squander an opportunity, and I've seen it before. This guy squandered an opportunity tonight. He squandered it. He squandered it because you got a guy that averages 5.5 yards per carry, but you didn't utilize that until the second half.
Also, and one more quick point to all you Odell haters out there.
Yeah, stop that shit. Man,
yes,
if y'all don't
please
stop
it. Because if you notice, without having Odell on the field, we don't have a guy that can take the top off the offense. Therefore, you see Baker pretty much the only thing we're throwing underneath all the time because, Jarvis, as great as he is, Jarvis is a number 2 slot receiver.
Yes, he is.
Rashard Higgins is also a slot receiver. I won't say he's a slot, but he's like a number 2 guy that may be on the outside. Donovan Peoples-Jones hasn't developed yet, and neither has Kadero Hodge. So when you have a guy, if you see Kansas City's offense, the reason why the Browns are playing so soft is because they have 2 guys in Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, even though Kelsey is a tight end, that he can take the top off your defense at any time. And we don't have that. So if all you Odell haters saying that we're better off without him, once again, you guys really just don't understand the game of football.
You're not better without a guy that can open up your offense a little bit more. So now Travis Kelce, guys like Tyreek Hill, even Hardman. These are guys that you have to. I understand why the Browns decided to play off of them, but if you continue to give them space, you're not creating a situation that you can win in.
Right. Teams like KC, you have to be physical with them. You got to knock them off rhythm.
Yeah, you got to knock them off them routes, man.
A classic example, the 2001 Super Bowl featured the greatest show on turf, not the LA Rams, but St. Louis Rams at that time, and Tom Brady, New England Patriots. At the time, this was Tom Brady's second year, maybe.
Yep.
And at the time, New England was known as a defensive team, great defense, and a running team. Had a bunch of no names on offense. But you know what New England did to stop the greatest show on turf? Hit him in the mouth, hit Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce coming off the line. Line of scrimmage, chucking him.
Isaac Bruce in the mouth.
Pressure on Kurt Warner, hitting him, knocking him off rhythm. That's what they did because you can't play scared. That's my thing. I hate scary football. I hate when you see, oh my God, they got Tyreek Hill, they got Kelsey.
And that's what we played.
Who they got over there.
That's how we played today, bro. We played scared today. And this is why I blame this goofball behind me. That's his fault. Because he's got to be the guy that says to them, yo, they're not better than us, and we're going to punch them in the face. But because of analytics, we'll just analytically beat them. And here's the crazy part.
I don't know if that's analytics.
No, hold up real quick. The crazy part is, even if that was the case, whether it was or not, I'm just speculating. But even if that was or not, he would have been correct. We were right there. So how do we overcome that? Like, what speech do you tell your guys? Because we're right there. We lost by 8 points. If we would have scored a touchdown, that stretch out touchdown that everybody keep telling me, oh, well, he got speared. Screw that spear. We play archaic football our whole life. Don't tell me about a doggone spear today. It's why this dude didn't score, and that should be okay. No.
Look, when we played street ball, we got speared. I remember I got speared. I got flipped over. And nobody saying, damn, that was a legal hit. No.
Tell me this, Sean. Do you think Hollywood should have scored that touchdown?
Hell yeah. We've been talking about it all day.
Bank. That's bank right there. That's bank. So, all I saw today, and here's why I had the angle that I had, I just didn't feel like the team felt like we got to score at all costs. But where does that come from? It comes from this goofball behind me. He thought because I'm in the building, everything's okay. Last week, we whooped these niggas' asses. He shows up, and we can't win.
No, see, now I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm going that far.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm going that far.
Because that's going too far.
I'm going that far.
That's going way too far.
I'm going that far.
That's going, man. That's going too far, man.
I hear you, but I'm going that far. He shows up, and I actually said this. I said, man, I go back and look at our weekly shit. What did I say? I hope that when he shows up, he actually just calls a regular game and not his kind of game. He didn't.
I don't think he called anything crazy.
Here's
he
what
just
I
didn't
think.
run enough. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think he called crazy, and I'm gonna continue to say this. When you only got your running backs running 5 times in the first half, that's a crazy play. That's awful play calling. When what you do best is running. Don't tell me that you didn't do nothing wrong when you do the best and you got the 2 best running backs in the game.
But you almost make it sound like that you don't want him here.
Huh?
You almost make it sound like that you don't want him here, like you want him gone.
Listen, here's what I gotta say. Here's what I gotta say. I'm not saying that I don't want him here. I want him to figure out what the fuck is going on in real life. Because if you got 2 of the best running backs in the NFL, 2 guys that almost got 1,000 yards, why are you not running the ball against a team that don't play against the run well? Why are you playing into their setup? It don't have nothing to do with me wanting to get against him. That's simple. That's regular math. That's this dude, not me. You mad at me or you coming at me, but you ain't coming at him. Come on,
coming
bro.
At you. I'm not coming at you at all.
No, I'm just saying. You said, oh, it sounds like you like this. No, it sounds
because it does. Because like when you say, well, last week he wasn't here and we won, and this week he showed up and we lost. It make it sound like
it sounds like he don't need to be calling plays. Is what it sounds like. Maybe we need his leadership in terms of how the team plays.
We passed more last week than ran the ball last week too.
We did run the ball last week.
No, what I'm saying is we passed more last week than we ran.
But last week was a different type of game. Like we didn't even like running the ball at a certain point, and then when they needed to run the ball, they ran the ball. And then when they needed to throw a damn screenplay, they ran the screenplay. When it was after they ran the ball, like these son of bitches don't.
Man, all I'm saying is if we score that damn
sideline with a head.
Like if that dude don't fumble the ball, we ain't having this conversation.
Listen, Kevin Stefanski does not run the ball as much as
See, America, if it was up to 80% of the fans in Cleveland, we'd run a wing T formation and run the ball 95% of the time with no passing.
Kevin Stefanski, I don't care what setup you want to put together. Kevin Stefanski does not run the ball enough. And he needs to let that shit go. He needs to let it go. You got one of the best running backs in the freaking league. Run the freaking football. We're not telling you to run the ball with what's Harrison? What was Harrison's name? 35 used to play for us. We're not asking you to run the ball with him. We're not telling you to run it like some regular random dude. This dude is the truth.
So what do you do? Let's say this. Relatively speaking, not talking about this game. I'm just talking about in general. Let's talk football, right? So what do you do when the defense schemes, a good defense now, schemes to take that away? And what the offense coordinator is saying is They're taking that away from us for right now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gotta be back. I just saw an interception for Tom Brady. Just threw an interception, but it really wasn't an interception. He wasn't in bounds, so it should be going back to them. And this is all I'm saying, like that type of stuff. Like, yeah, he threw an interception, but that was not an interception. So if you think that running the ball is a thing to do or not to do, then you need to have a better play, coach. You just gotta have a better play. The coach don't have a better play. He don't have a better play. You're going to guys that haven't fulfilled any level. Here's what I gotta say. If you're gonna throw that ball instead of running it with Chug, but you're gonna throw it to Gronk, okay, because Gronk has done this and Gronk has done that. That's not who you throwing it to. You throwing it to Hollywood. Nigga, run the ball.
But you know what happens sometimes? This is what happens sometimes. When the play works, everybody's cool. When it don't work, the play calling sucks.
That's not what I'm.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, man. Like if those other pass plays work and you score them touchdowns, ain't nobody talking about running the ball more in the first half.
You're not about to do that.
Serious. No, I'm dead serious.
Listen, man.
Dead serious. Everybody in Cleveland goes to every time that.
I'm not. Listen, man. Listen. Here's what you're not finna do to me on this show. You're not about to,
man. Because it does, man. It happens all the time.
Here's the other part of that.
It happens all the time.
I agree with you. If guys are incorrect, or there's opportunities for us to hit certain things within what we do, I get it. I do. I fully get that, bro. If you're gonna actually get to the gist of everything that is everything, I agree with you. But here's what you're not finna do. Is tell me that I'm missing some shit. I'm not missing nothing. This dude needs to run the ball more. And it has nothing to do with anything else. You need to run the ball. You got a guy that averages 5.3 yards per carry, and you're not using him, and you telling me I might just be lost in the sauce?
I'm not saying you lost in the sauce. What I'm saying is it's too much. Every time the offense doesn't go the way that we want it to go, the first thing we go back to, the play calling sucks. Not the execution sucks or any of that, man. All I'm saying is whatever play the man calls, if the play is open and the plays are there, just execute the damn play. Just catch the ball. Don't fumble on the goal line. That's all I'm saying, man. And now probably on the radio too, they probably killing them the same way that you killing them. And I get it. But I'm not going to lay all the blame at his feet for that. And we can go back and forth with that all day. Ain't no use of going back and forth with it. Because when you're not gonna change my mind, I'm not gonna change yours. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we lost the damn game.
I tell you what, I'm not going back and forth with you on nothing. When he's wrong, he's wrong. He was wrong today. And going back to what we was talking about, he missed. He missed on those calls. And I know if it works, everybody's happy. But bro, when you're playing against a team that don't play against the run well, and you don't freaking run the ball, I'm not gonna give you a pass.
How about you just don't drop the ball when the ball comes to you? How about you don't drop it and you don't fumble it?
That's just dumb. That's dumb. They don't play against the run well, but you're gonna pass? Dumb. Dumb.
Was the plays open?
Dumb.
Were the plays open?
Dumb.
Were the plays open?
Dumb.
Was the play open?
How about running the ball?
How about catching the ball when it comes to you? How about you just catch it?
Try to run the ball against a team that don't do well against the run. So I'm not giving him no pass.
And nobody give him a pass. Nobody give him a pass at all. Just catch the ball. Look, man, you know what? We might as well. Let's just stop arguing about it because it don't matter. I don't agree with that.
Just disagree. He did not run the ball against a team that don't play well against the run. That's on the fucking coach. Period. That's it.
And that's it. So the players ain't culpable for
not
executing nothing.
He didn't even
play. So the players don't take no blame.
He didn't even try.
So in the second half, we didn't run the ball in the second half?
We didn't run the ball enough.
We didn't run the ball in the second half?
We didn't run the ball enough.
They ran the ball, 17, 18 carries in the second half?
Come on, 18 freaking carries. 18 carries.
In a half? That's a lot of carries in a half.
That's not a lot of carries, man. This on the coach,
if you double that, that would have been 36.
Okay, all right. You know what? You're right. It's on everybody else except the coach. That's right. You're right.
I'm not taking any blame off the coach. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that went into that.
It's on everybody else.
I'm not going to sit here and throw the whole coach away.
I'm with you.
I'm not going to throw the whole coach away off one loss.
I'm with you, bro. I ain't throw the whole coach away. I'm just with you now. You're right. It's on everybody else, but the coach gets. Let me change my background because it ain't on the coach. The coach is free. He's free and clear. He don't have nothing to do with
it. There you go. Putting words in my mouth again. That's not what I said.
Nothing to do with this.
That's not what I said.
We got to be capable of.
That's not what I said.
Hold up.
I think everybody wants everything to be perfect and go a certain way, and the NFL don't work like that.
Wait, here it is. It's Nick Chubb's fault. So now we got a Nick Chubb background. It's Nick Chubb's fault because he didn't get the calls that he should have gotten, and he didn't get the ball.
He shouldn't have dropped them 2 damn passes. I know that much.
So it ain't Nick Chubb's fault. It's
anybody else you would have killed from dropping passes. You don't kill him from dropping.
It's Nick Chubb's fault. And you know what? And let me find the background for Baker Mayfield because it's Baker Mayfield's fault too. Hold up.
Okay, America, Ron is starting to get ridiculous at this point in time.
It's Baker Mayfield's fault too. I'm just going off what my partner is saying because it ain't the coach. It ain't the coach.
And Ron is also putting words in my mouth. I said
none of that stuff. It's
I
all.
didn't say any of that.
Execution. It's all execution.
I didn't say any of that. Don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
Yes, you did. You did say that. Yes, you did.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did. You said it was execution. So now,
I said execution is part of the reason why we lost, not execution.
The coach's fault. So let's bring back the coach and not the players.
So if the coach calls the play, right? He calls a good play.
Coach's fault.
And if the players don't execute that play, whose fault is it on that play? Is it the coach's fault or the player's fault for not executing? Whose fault is that? So if the coach calls a good play, the play is open.
But here's the question.
And if the player doesn't catch the ball, whose fault is it? The coach or the player?
Who says it was a good play, bro?
Because it was wide open. We just watched it. It was a wide open play.
Who? When? Where? What play?
The screen pass to Chubb, the second pass that he dropped.
Okay, we still talking about one goddamn play. Did you watch the rest of the game?
Man, come on, man. You know what? Fine. It's no use to argue. It's no use of arguing about that. You got your opinion. I got my opinion. The thing is, we lost the damn football game.
Period. We did lose the football game.
At the end of the day,
we lost the goddamn football game because of the goddamn coach.
All right, fine. That's what you wanted. That's your opinion.
No,
that's
it
fine.
Ain't about what I want.
It's an opinion.
It's about what it was.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
The coach sucked, man.
That's your opinion. So we go 11-5, and now the coach sucks. All we've been through over the last 20 years, we go 11-5, win a game in the playoffs, and now the coach sucks. All of a sudden, now he don't know what he's doing at all.
Here's after what one loss, to, bro. He was wrong for what he did. So we just gonna give him credit just because he got us there.
Yes, I'm gonna give him some credit for that. After what we gone through for 20 years, we get to the playoffs, win a playoff game in Pittsburgh.
He wasn't.
Now we lost to KC. He's human. He allowed to have a bad game. He's human.
So he had. So again. There I go. That's what I'm talking about. Did he win? Did he have a bad game?
I said I agree with you that he didn't call the perfect game today. Okay, perfect. I said that. But I'm not going to say the whole thing was his fault.
That's all I got. That nigga sucked today. That's all I got. He sucked today. And I'm not giving him you don't get no credit for me. You already know I am.
At all?
No, he don't get no credit for me.
For the whole season? He don't get no credit for the season at all? I mean, that's ridiculous, man. That's going too far. That's ridiculous. All the bullshit. Let me try to keep my all the stuff. Look, and you're not going to give him credit at all because we lost today.
Bro, listen, I was trying to keep my face all the way together. I couldn't even do it.
You be going too far, man. You be going way too far. When you get mad, you like just throw the whole damn team away.
Listen, that's the best. This is the best shit that I've gotten out of Sean all year. And this was on purpose. Look, this was on purpose because all year I've been the angriest guy. I couldn't wait to get Sean to be the angriest guy.
Well, it worked. I was like, you going too far. I'm like, come on.
I couldn't wait to get for Sean to be the angry. I said, oh, I'm gonna get him tonight. I said it. I said, I'm gonna get his ass tonight.
Oh,
I got
man.
his ass tonight, y'all. I got his ass tonight. I got him to be so pissed off.
Don't do that, man. Look, I already got high blood pressure and a plethora of other health issues going on right now. Don't do that.
Listen, I am about to die. I'm about to die. I literally was like, I know how to get his ass. Because he always, I thought this entire show, in my mind, I said, man, I'm going to always have to talk Sean off over every ledge. And it ended up being me being talked off ledges. I said, man, no, I'm going to get this motherfucker. I'm going to get this motherfucker. I kept saying it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. And I got his ass. Look, I got his ass.
You got me. All right.
Got him to cuss when he didn't want to cuss.
Right. I'm trying to keep everything G-rated today because we do curse from time to time. But I'm trying to keep it as a G-rated, kid-friendly show.
That's hilarious. All of you guys who are listening, this is just best friends being best friends. That's all this is. This is me messing with Sean. Because I already knew where he I already knew where he was gonna be at. I was like, yeah, I got him. I'm gonna just keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. Because I saw it, I didn't know that he was gonna do it this exact way. But when we were texting earlier, I said, oh, so he don't really understand what I'm saying. I'm just gonna keep pushing this coach thing. Right.
Yeah, you just pushed every button, and you pushed them buttons hard. I was like, I can't believe this fool has the audacity to say what he just said. The unmitigated, what does Stephen A. Smith say? The unmitigated gone. Right. I almost knocked over everything. I almost spilled my beer, knocked over my phone.
I was like, okay. Everything. I was like, all right, bet.
Well, look, all right.
And I'm mad already too. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I got it. Man, listen. Right. Well, this could have easily been one of the best shows I've ever experienced in my life because I love getting under Sean's skin. Sean likes getting under my skin too, but he don't want to tell you all that. Sean loves.
Oh yeah, I poke at him. I do it subtly when I poke at you.
And that's That's it. You know when you get under my skin. And there's sometimes that Sean will watch me go off in this same show. And Sean will be like, oh, what's wrong with you? But he knows that he's been the cause of me going berserk. You know what I mean?
Also, I'm gonna give them another fact that they may not know about us. Our birthdays are 2 days apart. He's born on May 28th. I'm May 30th. So we're both Geminis. May Geminis.
We come for each other.
Exactly. So, Gemini like to play mind games and do different things like that. So, yeah, so maybe I don't do it the same way that he does it, but I'll poke at him sometimes because sometimes, Ron, this is ridiculous.
It's times when I know Sean coming at me and I still can't get out of my way. Like, I know that Sean is messing with me. And I'll say to myself, oh, he just messing with you, but I'll go off and Sean be giggling in the background. Like, no, because it don't come onto the camera that way. But Sean will be giggling in the back. And I'll be like, you know what, this piece of shit, because I know that he came at me for that reason. But he doesn't have that from me. This is the first time. This is the first time that it's happened. This is the first time.
Yeah. It ain't the first time you got under my skin. That's the first time you made me this mad.
No, that's the first time I did it on the show.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
That's the first time I did it on the show. You've done that to me on the show at least 3 times. 2-3 times.
Namely the thing with when Kevin Stefanski came out with this another game thing.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
no.
When you was going off. Yeah.
Listen, that you knew that was gonna set me off. You knew that was gonna set me off. And listen, I'm still, if I see Sean in person, I'm gonna punch him in the face because of that. because he knew that was gonna piss me off. And he brought that up like so subtly. He brought it up so subtly. Like, oh, well, he just said it was like this, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at Sean like, through the camera, like, really, bro? Because Sean knows me. He knows what's gonna set me off. Sean is the one who brought that junk to me. So
that set you off for about 45 minutes, easy.
At least 45 minutes. And we still talk about it. Like, I be telling people, like, all right, well, you know what? I went off on this one part of the show. So if y'all guys don't know, I have to give guys some level of understanding when they get to the show. Like, okay, well, you know what? This happened, or blah, blah, blah. He don't do that to people. But I have to give them that. Because he put me in a spot where I was like, you know what? What? And he knew I was going to be pissed off. He knew I was going to be pissed off when he said that. And he just dragged it out. So tonight, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, y'all finally got to see me kind of lightweight blow my top a little bit.
He almost.
I was like, I know him.
This dude almost. This dude almost cussed me all smooth out, dog.
I had to catch myself, man. I was like, man.
When you caught yourself,
and the thing, and I knew what you were doing. I kind of knew what you were doing, but at the end of the day, I'm heated. Like my football season's over. So
that's why I said, nah, you're not happy about this, but you're gonna keep fucking with me. You're gonna keep trying to. Okay, I got you. I said it. Tonight was the night. When I text you, and you was like, no, it's like that. No, it's not. But okay. I said, tonight, gonna be the night I get you. I said, tonight, gonna be the night I get your ass. I said, I can do it. And I said, I just compacted all that shit together.
But you know what? Okay, but after all is said and done, let's give out our season game balls, man. So we need to
give out some goddamn game balls.
You ain't getting on no game for the whole season.
Nope. Everybody lost. I got nothing.
So here you go, being ridiculous again.
Y'all lost.
I will. Okay, America. I will give. I'm not talking about for the game. I'm talking about for the season.
Y'all lost.
I'm giving the game ball to.
I got nothing.
You know what? Hold on. Before we even go there,
go ahead and give out your participation trophy.
Before we even go there, one thing we didn't mention is that we lost 2 left tackles today during the game.
We damn sure did, because Kendall Lamb went out, and and fucking like I'll be honest with you. When I saw what's his name? Wills go out on the
First play.
You know, the first thing I thought was freaking Ohio State game when we lost our running back on the first freaking play.
Right.
I was just like, is this happening again?
Right. But you know what? I think what this season will do is the Browns went through a hell of a lot of adversity this year.
We did.
They went through so much adversity that now going forward, when stuff comes at them, hopefully, you know, they'll be able to handle it. I don't know what else can actually shock them, you know, besides maybe losing Baker or something like that for the season or something like that. But, you know, between losing Myles Garrett the year before, you know, going through all the COVID stuff and everything this year, going forward, I don't think there's anything that can happen to this team for the most part that can really shock them to the point where they like give up on the season or anything like that, man. So I give them kudos for working through that. Even losing 2 left tackles, offensive line still played pretty damn good. Baker felt some pressure today, but he wasn't running for his life.
Goddamn ball. So I don't give them shit for that shit.
For what now?
Run the ball. I said I don't know about all that because they ain't run the ball. They should have ran the ball. They should have been running the ball.
That ain't got nothing to do with them pass blocking.
Nothing to do with it, bro. You gotta run the ball.
You ain't dragging me. You are not dragging me back down into that.
You gotta run the ball, bro. That's what.
But that ain't got nothing to do with. They don't call the offensive linemen don't call the plays.
That's their fault. That's who calls the plays? I'm sorry.
That had nothing to do with nothing. Yeah. That had nothing to do with what I just said.
Excuse me, who calls the play?
See, American Ron is ridiculous. He's trying to drag me back down into the abyss. He's trying to drag me back down into that hole with him.
I just want to know who calls the play.
I am not going.
I want to know who you
not going back into that hole.
I would like to know who you think calls the play.
You know who called the plays.
All
I said. Yeah. Can I finish?
Exactly.
Can I finish?
We lost because of the person that called the plays. So let me help you.
Has gone off on a tangent. Even what I said.
I got a person that has something to do with calling the plays. There's some bitch right here.
I didn't even say anything about play calling.
Kevin Stefanski.
I didn't say anything about play calling.
Game. Kevin Stefanski is why we lost the game. Period.
Ronald Pierce.
Period.
What are you drinking? A Four Loko? What is that? What is that garbage you got in your hand? What is that?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you talk to somebody real quick. There you go. Talk to him. Talk to him. Because he's the reason why you lost the game.
That's not even what I was saying.
Him. That's
all right. All right. Look, America, the show is going off the rails.
Look, clearly, talk to him. You can talk to him. Questions. And
clearly, Ron is drinking either some old English.
I should have called.
Still reserved. You're drinking some straight garbage. Whatever you got in that can over there is eating away at your brain right now.
My team win more by running the ball, but instead, I thought I was smarter because I'm a analytical guy. But the show is off the rails.
All I was trying to do was congratulate the offensive line for surviving, losing 2 linemen, left tackles.
For doing nothing because we lost.
What is that? What are you drinking? Oh, you're drinking an IPA. No wonder. IPA is the nastiest beer you can possibly drink. But that explains everything. That explains your whole attitude right now.
No, it don't.
That's been your whole attitude.
No, it don't. It don't explain that.
That damn IPA got
it explains why the Browns lost. Look,
that flowers and lotus blossoms and stuff in it. That's why.
That explains my take on why the Browns lost. Come on, bro. Get out of here.
When you drink nasty beer, you don't think straight.
Really? Come on, bro.
Exactly. I hate IPA. I can't stand them.
Okay, that's fine. But that don't mean nothing about what the hell actually happened.
And all I'm saying is the offensive line played well, despite losing 2 left tackles.
Well, do we know that? Because they didn't run. They didn't run that much. So did we run enough? Did we run
you know what?
and play enough?
The show has officially gone off the rails.
I'm asking you a question.
The show is going off the rails.
No, it didn't.
The show is off the rails because everything I say is going to come back to the play calling.
Going off the rails because Sean wants it.
I can ask you right now.
Ask you a regular question.
I can ask you right now. What are you having for dinner today? He was like, well, I don't know, because he called them damn horrible ass players. I don't know what I got to eat up there. Everything is going to go right back.
That's not what I'm going to say.
Yes, it is. Everything is going to go back to the play call. All I said was we lost 2 offensive linemen, and he was like, well, I don't care.
Listen, bro, come on, man.
He called the right play. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is going back to that.
2 offensive linemen, did we?
I want to give game balls on the season.
We're not giving nothing to nothing. You can go ahead. I'll sit back and watch you do it. Go ahead.
I'm giving my game balls today. I'm giving game balls to Baker Mayfield for struggling for most of the season, early in the season.
That's a good.
He rebounded, played well, and elevated his game.
No,
I'm
that's
giving
good.
one to Nick Chubb. I'm giving one to Kareem Hunt.
They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They need to get the ball more.
They're gonna do what we giving them. You see what I'm saying? You see, this is exactly what I'm saying.
No. Did I say anything about?
Yes, you did. You said they need to get the ball more. So here's what Ron is doing right now. Ron is in a pit of self-loathing and anger.
If they got the ball more, maybe we would have won the game. That's it.
And fury. That's what he's trying to pull me down.
I'm not trying to pull you nowhere.
Yes, you are. He is trying to pull me down in that hole. And I'm not going down that hole.
I'm truly not trying to pull you down nowhere,
yes,
bro.
You are.
No,
everything
I'm not.
Goes back to the damn play caller.
I am not trying to pull you nowhere, man.
You know.
All I'm saying is
it's going to, because you want me to sit here.
No, but it's cool. It's cool.
But what you want me to do is blame the whole game on play calling the way that you're doing. You want me to do that with you.
I'm not gonna do nothing else. I'm not gonna say another word. You got another one?
No, you know what? I need 3 minutes. Can I have 3 minutes? Can I have 3 minutes without you saying nothing? Can I have that? Can I have 3 minutes without you saying a thing?
I'm not saying a word, bro. Go ahead.
You talking now?
I'm not saying nothing. Go ahead.
My first game ball goes to Baker Mayfield. This is for seasonal game balls now. And I explained that he started off, he was shaky.
I got it.
I think he's on his way to being, I'm not gonna give him elite status at all, but he's moving up that ladder. Still gotta show some consistency.
I approve.
Nick Chubb is the workhorse, the heart and soul of the team. He gets one. I'm gonna give Kareem Hunt one too for bouncing back, had a good season. And I think we'll see the more of him next year, as far as more involved in the offense. Jarvis is fighting through the injuries. He's a tough guy, also one of the leaders on the team. And then I'm gonna give one to the whole offensive line as a whole. And then just to the organization, we made strides, got to the playoffs, won the playoff game, had a tough loss today. Hopefully they learn from it and we move forward. There's no guarantee that you get back here next year. No guarantees in life, no guarantees in sports. So we'll see what happens. For you guys that don't know, the draft is actually here in Cleveland, coming up in April. So hopefully things will open up. We can have the fans down there start to get, because the one thing that I regret about this season is that us as fans didn't really get a chance to enjoy it the way we should have. We really couldn't. I mean, you could go to the bars and stuff like that, but it wasn't like the fever pitch that it would have been under normal circumstances. So I hope next year, if we can get a full house back there, for opening Sunday at First Energy Stadium is going to be a zoo. So I'm looking forward to that and us getting the fan experience back. And I'm looking forward to the offseason, man. I'm looking forward to really seeing what these guys are going to do to bolster the team. That will really tell you a lot about the organization. Are they just happy with what we have now? Do they understand we got a lot of work to do and you can't just be happy with 11-5 season? And are we Super Bowl or bust now? Because that's the attitude I want to have. Super Bowl or bust. That's not making the playoffs, winning the game. Super Bowl or bust. So what they do in this offseason will tell us a lot about the direction that we're going in. And that's all I wanted to say. So thank you for giving me my 3 minutes RP. And I hand the mic over to you. Now if you're gonna go back to ranting about the play calling.
Man, ain't no ranting. Ain't no ranting. I think it is what it is. Because you could say all the stuff you just said, but if this dude ain't gonna call the right plays, it don't matter.
See,
it doesn't matter.
See, I knew it was going on back there.
None of it right back. This dude either needs to hand the play calling off or get better at play calling. Because he can invite all the people in and draft the right people and bring on. But if you call in the wrong place, what difference does it make? So this still falls on coaching. The dumb behind me. We lost today because the dumb behind me. And yeah, I agree. I thoroughly agree with Sean. You still got to execute. If this is the dumbest play you ever saw, you still got to catch the ball. You still have to do certain things to make your team win, even when you know that it's not going to be the best play. So I'm not, completely and totally putting everything on this guy, because the players have a play in that. Because I don't think they called a play today that the players didn't know about. So it's not like they called some new stuff and the players was like, well, what is this? Nah, it wasn't something new. You still have to make that catch. You still have to make, even if it's 5 yards, even if it's 4 yards, even if it's 2 yards, you still have to. So I agree with Sean. You still got to make that play happen. The reason that I have issues with this coach, it's not because I don't like the coach. It's because I think that this coach understands certain things that when I've played football my whole life. I played down the man. I played regular football. I've done it all. There's certain parts of football that you just got to understand, regular parts of football. I don't think this guy understands regular parts of football. I think he thinks, you guys don't do this well, so I'm going to do this. That will work for me. But he's such an analytical guy. This is why I think he misses. Because he sticks to analytics instead of just regular football. Run the goddamn football. Run the ball. This Kansas City Chiefs football team, we talked about this on our midweek show, does not play the run well. What did we not do? Run the ball. And what did we end up doing? Losing the football. You don't have to be smart. Sometimes you just got to be aware. I don't need to be smart or extra about all that stuff. I just need to be regular. They don't play well against the run. Maybe we should run the ball. We got one of the best running duos in football. Run the ball.
All right. Well,
run the ball.
There you have it.
Run the ball.
Once again, the Browns lost 22-17
because of this dumb. Because of this dumb behind me.
And Ron hates the coach at this point.
I don't hate the coach. I think it was because of this dumb though.
Well, I'll say he hates the play calling.
I hate the play calling. I hate to play decisions. I don't hate the coach. Don't do that. Don't tell me I hate the coach.
Man, I'm messing with you. All right. We do not want another half an hour long tangent.
He's a dumb.
So hopefully everyone learns from this experience, because people are gonna make mistakes. The key is, do you learn from your mistakes or not?
That's the hope. That's what I hope. That's what I hope too.
So we'll see you know what, as a first year coach, first year play caller, you're gonna have some ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Man ain't perfect.
Now here's the question.
Now here's the thing. Hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm saying now the thing is, going into next year, if he continues to not want to utilize, Chubb and Hunt in the running game, then you have a problem. I will be the first.
Why do we gotta wait till next year for that to be?
No. What I'm saying is, Ron, this is a learning experience for everybody.
I'm glad you said that because I was getting ready to ask you something else. But man, I'm glad you just brought that up. Why do we?
What I'm saying is, this whole thing's a learning experience for everybody. And sometimes I think we look at professional athletes and we look at coaches and stuff like that and expect them not to be human and have to learn. They have to learn. Now, that's not giving nobody a pass. That's just a fact of life. Now, if you don't, I'll give you a classic example. Andy Reid, for years, always got killed for doing what? Not using Westbrook in Philly the right way. Never running the ball. We got the KC at first. Then he got killed. Then finally, once he got Kareem Hunt, what did he do? He changed up a little bit, started running the football. But he had to learn. And it just took him a lot longer to figure that out.
But here's my thing. When it's working, what do you got to figure out?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm asking a random question, bro.
No. What I'm saying is these guys go in.
Why am I? Listen, I get it, and I'm not gonna try to out talk you on this one. My issue is
because people always like my father, for example. I'm watching the game with him. He's like you, run, right? It'll be 3rd and 14.
Ain't nobody saying 3rd and 14.
And it'll be like, well, you ain't running enough.
It's
like stuff like
you
that.
was in 3rd and 14 because you didn't run on 1st and 10.
Well, maybe they ran on 1st down and lost 3 yards.
But if you run and lose 3 yards, okay. But they weren't running all the time.
At this point, we're going to end up going back.
That's not what they was doing. That's not what they was doing.
Ain't no use of going back and
forth.
First of
all, let's stop it because that's not what they were doing. They were running on 1st and 10, and then they were running on 2nd and 10 because they didn't get to 1st and 10. So let's stop acting like that's what they were doing. They didn't run the ball enough. They just didn't run the ball enough.
They didn't at first, but I'm not. You know what? Let's go ahead and end the show because we're gonna keep going back and forth and revolving around the same things.
Kevin Stefanski, you stink at play calling. How about that? That's where I'm gonna end my show at. Stefanski, you need to let AVP call the plays because you stink at calling the plays. And I don't care what Sean says. I don't care what anybody else says. Kevin Stefanski, you stink at calling plays. Period.
Well, I'm going to congratulate my team on, and I'm going to end the show on my end with congratulating my team on having a good season and giving us. Man, let me finish, man. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. I know you upset, but let me have my piece. Let me have my piece. If you want to throw the whole season away, that's on you. I'm not doing that.
Throw the whole season away,
man. I'm not doing that. After going through 20 years of having someone watch the worst football I've ever seen in my life, because we lost the game, we lost the playoff game to the world champions. We lost to the world champions today. That I'm not gonna sit here and throw the whole season away. So to the rest of everybody, we signing off today. We will catch you. Now, one thing we do got to discuss, Ron, is without having football now, that we still want to continue to do the 2 shows.
We'll still have a midweek show.
Okay. So we'll be bringing you. As a matter of fact, you guys can DM us on IG or Facebook and let us know sometime. I know somebody had mentioned they like when we were talking about boxing and wrestling and stuff like that. If you want to give us some ideas to talk about, give us, and not saying we necessarily going to do it, but that's something that we can discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because we do talk about a wide range of things on the show. So interact with us, give us some suggestions, and then we can, discuss it. And even so, we may even bring you on the show at some point, bring you on and bring you into this madness and this debauchery that we call Two Guys in the Mic that we love doing each and every week. This show has completely dissolved, and so we gonna go ahead.
This show has completely dissolved.
Yeah, it's completely going off the rails, and I'm about to go.
Because I'm not on the same page as Sean right now. Sean wants to.
He'll feel a little differently in a couple of days.
I'm one of these guys that I just believe that there's a reason why you show up. And that's just it. I show up because I show up. And I'm going to give you grief, and I'm going to give you grief because I want to be better. I'm not showing you grief because I just want to get somebody to like me. You show up because you want to be better. And if these guys ain't showing up to be better, and we know, these guys ain't better. They're better than what we were, but these guys ain't better. And this dumb behind me ain't that better. He's better on certain levels.
He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Somebody needs to come take his microphone.
If you show up in front of a team who is not a good running defensive team, but you don't run, you telling me we should just keep giving him a pass. We should just keep buying into what he does. Come on, bro.
Look. At this point, let's go ahead and wrap it up because we're gonna go on this tangent again.
Listen,
so we will be back with our
whenever we want to.
Look, I'm about to go eat. I ain't ate dinner yet. And I'm about to watch the second half of this game.
Off the damn show because I ain't finished.
Man, I'm about to watch the second half of this game.
I'm saying this. I'm not going to buy into this guy until this guy decides that he's going to be a monster. He's not deciding he's going to be a monster. He's just deciding to make guys like Sean feel good about himself because we're not as bad as we used to be. Fuck that.
See, and I'm not going there with, like I said, I don't know about you. You can finish the show by yourself if you want to. I'm about to sign off and go eat my dinner.
That's not good enough for me. That's not going to be good enough for me. You're not going to fool me. I'm gonna let you
wallow in the pit of misery for the rest of the night. I'm about to eat my dinner and enjoy the second half of this football game. So I'm signing off.
Bro. I'm not a fan. And that's why I got this dumb behind me, because this dumb is the reason that we're not in the goddamn AFC Championship game. Period. And that's how I feel. And that's where I'm gonna rest at. Period. And Sean can leave, and I don't care. Kevin Stefanski is the reason. Sean can show up next year and love that dude and eat on that dude, but it ain't gonna make no difference. That's the truth right there. We got to get better defensively, and we have to get better offensively, and we need somebody else to call those plays. Because we got enough offensive players to make this game happen. And we got enough players to win those games, but we need to utilize them the right way. And that's on this goofball behind me. And until that happens, we're going to keep being the Browns as we know them. The guys that just keep losing in the divisional games or in the wild card games. We ain't never getting nowhere further. So how does it happen? How do we fix it? Let's fix it. That's all I'm asking. Let's fix it. Sean don't want to fix it. Sean just wants to be happy. Sean's one of those guys. He's one of those, let's just be happy. I ain't one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that's like, nope, we ain't happy yet. Let's keep working. Stefanski, you ain't doing enough yet. Let's get it. Now, let me tell you guys, we got a few things going on that we need to, the streaming wise. If you guys want to hear us, you want to talk to us, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're also on Google Podcasts. We're also on Anchor Podcasts. You guys can check in on us, touch on us, talk to us, get at us, listen to us on that stream. But you also can check in on us on the YouTube page, which is Two Guys and a Mic 216. Check in on us. Let us know what you think. If you don't like us, that's fine. But if you do, let me know how we need to change that. Thank you. Good night. Love y'all. Peace.